very good. Yeah, it was a pretty warm day here, but it's supposed to cool off, and we should have some nice weather tomorrow. So hopefully you'll get cooled off too up there. Anyway, good to hear you, Paul. Haven't talked to you in a while. I was just standing by over here, Mike. It's good to talk to you.
K6MYC.
Hey, there he is. Good evening, Mike. This is Rick, 86 SOK. Just talking to Paul up there at Paul at Pines. I'm sorry, Placerville.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6WIS here.
Yeah, good evening, Paul. Good signal from both of you, at least readable. Not booming, but readable, so that's the main thing. K6WIS, KD6SOK. Good evening to both. And hope you guys had good Father Day weekends. And whether you're a father or not, it's always nice to have somebody recognize that you could have been or might have been or were. Anyway, we had quite a gang here. It was quite a deal. Had quite a few of the kids here and a few grandkids and great-grandkids, of course. So there you are. KD6SOK, take it, Fred, and I'm going to peek on you for a moment. K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, yeah, good strong signal. We have some flutter, but that's because pretty sure there's aircraft. There's aircraft flying overhead, so that's probably why we're getting some flutter. I'm sure signal around with a signal like this is really, really strong. Yeah, thanks for the Father's Day wishes. I appreciate it, you know. Well, I could have did, but it didn't work out, so. Anyway, thanks for that. I'll turn it over to you, Mike, and then you can turn it over to Paul, 86. That's okay. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, 507 or 504? I can't remember.
It's 507. 507.
QSL 507. That's what I thought. Okay, very good. Paul, over to you, and good evening, as I say. K6 Whiskey India Sugar backscatter to Placerville, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, this is K6WIS and KD6SOK in the background. Yeah, good evening, Mike. 5x5, a pretty good consistent signal, and relay check-ins for KA6006 and N1PPP up in Clear Lake. Over.
Roger. I got Dave and 1PP and KA60SX Kent 160. Got them logged in. Thank you, sir.
Roger. Great. Thanks, Mike. And it's been a lovely mild day here. Only about 77 degrees maximum temperature, and very light winds. None of these heavy north breeze winds like in the Central Valley, producing a lot of fires. Over.
Yeah, well, we had high winds here. I don't know about any fires so far. Nothing imminent around us that I know of. But the wind was blowing like a mother, probably 25, maybe 30 miles an hour, a gust at least. Some of the gusts got pretty heavy. Frank was up on the tower here. We're up on a ladder leaned against the tower at 25 feet, trying to fix the piece of feed line on 6 meters that was giving me trouble last week. We found an intermittent. It looked like it was a piece of hard line that had a little stress on it over the years. From its own weight, which isn't much. It was only a piece about 50 feet long, but it hung down and it was clamped. But apparently it worked the connector away from this from the body of the cable a little bit, and it made the center pin be short. So it was just barely touching, and occasionally touching the mating connector going up into the rotor loop. So we fixed that, and we're temporary tonight. I don't have the antenna all the way up, but it's on top of the hill, so I don't think it's going to make any difference on the 6-meter signal. We'll see how it does later. We're patched back together, and we'll do a final repair on it tomorrow. But we're going to put a new piece of cable in from the first section of the tower up. We run the hard line, the 1 5/8, all the way from down near the shack all the way up to the first section of the tower on the 6-meter antenna, and then we run 70 feet further up to the rotor loop, as it's a 90-foot tower, and then up the rest of the way. So that'll be probably LMR 400. We only are going 70 feet with LMR 400 on 6 meters. It's minimal loss. We thought about doing hardline, but half-inch hardline and LMR 400 don't, for 70 feet. There's not enough difference in dB to, not even a part of a dB hardly. So it isn't worth worrying about the hardline in there, because that was the hardline that was giving us trouble. It waves around in the breeze too much up there. So much for that. Let's take a standby and see if we've collected any others in the Bay Area. We're missing quite a few of the regulars here. I think Ed has been busy getting his shack back into shape, and some days he's in here, some days he isn't. And of course PQL's been there every day, but some of the other boys have been missing. So QRZ 222 beaming the Bay Area. I'm even listening for KW6S, who was missing last night, which was not a revelation because it was Father's Day and Sunday evening and all that. So we had a kind of a poor turnout, but that was to be expected. Bay Area, Bozo Net, all the way down to Santa Cruz, and then some. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net, over.
Yeah, you're 5-4 here. He's showing noisy. Coming over with 3, so. Okay, WB6J.
Thanks for the contact, Jim. K6WIS clear.
Who was that?
Hi, Paul. W6PQL.
Who was the other guy talking before Paul?
Giving the other Jim, W6PQL, K6WIS 5x9.
Okay, about 5x7 here, Paul. I'll let you go. I think Mike's still talking. Bye-bye.
Roger. Cheers.
No, I wasn't talking. I was trying to find out who it was. But the third station might have been Fred. Might have been Fred signing out there, but I had the antenna up toward you, Jim. And Fred might have been down in the mud a little bit, so I don't know who the last person was before you guys picked it up was talking. Anyway, good evening, Jim. W6PQL and others, perhaps K6MYC. 73s to you, Paul. We'll see you on 6 meters, hopefully on 6 meters, Paul, in a little while. Probably about 8:30, 8:45, over.
Roger. Thanks, Mike. See you on 6. 73, K6WIS clear.
Roger, 73. Go ahead, Jim.
Howdy there. Which Jim? Is W6PQL?
Yes, that's the only Jim I've heard so far.
Okay, Mr. Eagleson is also on frequency. Good evening to you, and you're in and out. You know, that's the conditions we've got tonight, but I'm catching you on a peak right now. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Really, yeah, because you're roaring in. I wouldn't think there'd be any downside, but maybe there was some long duration QSB here. Oh, you're pounding in here. I haven't moved the antenna for about 3 or 4 minutes here. It's been pretty much at 290, and that's pretty close to where it peaks for you and Paul. At least tonight, he peaks up north. Sometimes he peaks better pointing toward Cupertino in that area. You never know on that bounce path thing. Hi. Anyway, I talked to you, of course, last night. I know you had a wonderful Sunday full of things to do and lots of traveling to see your both granddaughters and Livermore and then back home again and all. So you had a very full Sunday at least, over. Did it go down in the tank again, Jim?
K6MYC, WB6JNN, Willie Baker 6, Japan, Norway.
Okay. I guess I kicked the amplifier out. Maybe I'm overdriving it. Let me look here. I got you, Jim. Good signal. WB6JNN, K6MYC. And I did finish up with PQL, but he may not have heard it. I noticed when I whistled I had no output. I don't know why it would have dropped. Let me check my levels here. No, I'm not driving the amp too hard, so... Let me check my VSWR a second. Hang on. Everything, yeah, well, we got a tiny bit of VSWR, but nothing to talk about. So I don't know. The amp just dropped out for some reason. That's weird. Jim, are you copying now on PQL?
Yeah, I hear you now. There's a lot of flutter and so forth. Conditions aren't the best, but you're fine now. Most of your transmission, your long transmission that you made right after I turned it over to you, it went into a fade, and I couldn't tell whether it was a fade or your amplifier dropped out. It got that weak, but you're fine now.
Yeah, it's funny because he's the amp. This is a 220 amplifier with your module in it. It doesn't have the capability to drop out. It's being driven and controlled by our control board with your module. So I don't know what caused that, but I reset the amp and that came right back. So who knows? Maybe I didn't have it on in the first place. I just turned it when I thought was off and then back on again, and it came back to life. So who knows? Anyway, enough of that. You got most of it, I guess. I'm sorry about the long fade. Anyway, I was just saying you had quite a weekend with your travels with the two daughters, one in Livermore and then one birthday party at home there, granddaughters. You had a very busy Sunday, if nothing else, over.
Oh yeah. I was pooped out at the end of that day, and I imagine the mothers that were running things were pooped out as well. Because anyway, my son's wife, I guess that's my daughter-in-law. She ran things over here when I wasn't here and set up the party and so forth. So she did most of the work, but I did the traveling, So. Being an old codger like I am, I don't travel very well anymore. I'm going to have to go visit my daughter down in Southern California. She's down in Mission Viejo before I go to the Azores, so I've got to plan that trip out pretty soon here also. So that's what I'll be up to. Back to you.
And very solid. A little flutter at the beginning, and then it just went right away to a perfect copy. So no, I'm not seeing any long-term fades here. I think it must have been just maybe the amplifier doing something funny. All right, back over to Jim. Sorry to put you on secondary notice there, Jim, WB6JNN, but I wanted to finish up with Jim. Anyway, I suspect you had pretty much the same wind that I had here, maybe not as bad. Boy, we were blowing like a demon here today. It didn't bother anything we were doing except one or two types. Frank was up on the ladder at the 25-foot level, and he said every now and then a gust would come, and I guess he felt like he was going to be blown right off the ladder. He said, man, the wind up here at 25 feet is a lot more than it is down on the ground. And even on the ground, it was going pretty good. But we did get the 6-meter antenna feed line patched back together. We found a bad hardline connector, or the connector had pulled apart a little bit over the years, and the center pin wasn't quite touching all the time. Anyway, we're patched together temporarily. 6 meters is cranked down, but sitting on top of the hill at about 45 feet above ground, I don't think it'll matter. We'll see tonight if the tower up or tower down has any effect on 6-meter performance. WB6JNN, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
Right at the end you dropped down again, so I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, yeah. I did some gardening and took care of that. And it was windy enough to blow a flower pot on my table over on the patio, so we did have some good gusts for a while. In fact, the anemometer on the weather station was whirring real rapidly for a while there, but by and large it was not too bad, but it was enough to keep me off the out of the air. Didn't want chances with the glider because that thing will float away easily. All right, that's about it. I did catch Paul up there as well, so we took care of that. WB6JNN.
Okay, so the amplifier dropped out again on that last transmission. Now, the amplifier is doing something very funny tonight. I've got tons of output. Let me drop it back some more here. Okay, now I'm driving very lightly. I'm still getting a pegged output, so something's changed here a little bit. I don't know quite what, but we'll see. Keep an eye on it. Sorry, I had a long transmission there. Yeah, the watt meter is very busy, and I've got lots of output in the mic gain, too. Mic gain is, let me see where that's sitting. Let me drop this back a little bit here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. No, I don't know. Somehow maybe the output got pushed up. I might have been overdriving the amplifier. Does that sound okay now, Jim?
Well, I couldn't tell with all the noise I have here. I've got a bunch of crackling noise. It's creating grief on everybody's signal. Jim's yours. Your S9, but the noise is S3, but I think that the peaks must be much higher. It's pulsing type noise or, just crackly noise. So can't tell too much on the quality, but it seems to be in a reasonable level now. Not too strong, but not too weak as far as that's concerned. I think it's okay.
Yeah, well, you're perfectly Q5 with no QSB, so the QSB has got the amplifier acting up rather than the band. I didn't miss a word of that. We're not having any trouble copying you. And according to the watt meter, at least, I'm running, close to 1,000 when I whistle it up, and that's not normal either. This thing usually makes about 800 or 900, but it's going up near peak right up on the whistle up, even though I've got the gain drive dropped way back. So I'm not sure what's going on here. The amp's pretty warm, but not really warm. I mean, I can feel the air. I can feel the sides, and one side's a slightly bit warmer than the other, but that's it. So who knows? It's always something, Jim. Fine on everything else at solid copy. Too bad on your noise. You have noise on 220, huh?
Yeah, the only one I don't have noise on is 1296.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, we'll let you go, and we'll look for you. Maybe we'll hear you on 6 meters. Give me a signal check on 6, if nothing else, because I've got the antenna cranked down, or the tower's cranked down. The antenna's still, let's see, 15 plus 25. It's about 40 to 45 feet in the air, but it's still on top of the ridge. So it's still higher than everything else around it, so shouldn't make a lot of difference to the signal going over toward you. So if you could give me a quick check on 6 meters before you give it up for the night, I'd appreciate it. WB6JNN for your final, and we'll see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. K6MYC. Did it fail again? No, it's still working. Are you not copying me, Jim?
I grabbed the wrong microphone, that's all. Yeah, I'll check on 6 meters tonight and see if I hear you. I hear you anywhere from nothing to S9 on 6 meters, just depending on the night. I don't know why it is. But we'll take a listen on 6 meters tonight and see if we hear you.
All righty, very good. Probably in your direction about 9, a little bit before 9 o'clock, if you can hang in there that long, or come back out in the shack later. All right, 7-3 for now. WB6JNN, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody in the San Joaquin Valley or the Bay Area, over?
KW6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, I got both of you. I'll take KW6S, 610. KW610, KW6S 610, that's Tom. And good evening to you, Ed. Let me get Tom in here first. You're very loud. Both of you guys are fine copy, but I'm not pointed really. I'm pretty far off of you, Tom. The other one would be WA6AXX. Ed, 773. Okay, over to you, Tom, and I'll make the antenna back a little bit your direction here. There we are. KW6S, we missed you last night, but we assumed you were at some very prominent social dinner, over.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I was. Had two daughters and a granddaughter here, and one daughter's staying the week with us, the other lives just down the street, so we've got a couple birthdays later in the week, and it's just just pretty much of a party week all week, so I think I'll be on tomorrow night, but I'm not sure. So, but I will not be on Thursday night on 432 for sure, because that's a double birthday party. Yeah, I've got really high noise here tonight, really high noise on 2 meters. It's S9 on 2 meters and about S7 here on 222 without the blanker. The blanker takes it down, gets rid of most of it, and your S5 or so signal comes through in good shape. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, well, I'm pointed more at you now by a little bit. It seemed like it brought it up a little bit. You were easy copy here, no problem at all copying you. So, good signal. And okay, I'm not being here on Thursday night, but we should see you the rest of the time. And of course, we'll look for you tomorrow night on 1296. Won't keep it for now, but it sounds like you guys had a good time with your Father's Days with the daughters and all. Jim W6PQ all had two celebrations simultaneously in 2 different locations, so he was running back and forth like a madman. So he was pooped out at the end of the weekend also. 7-3, Tom, and we'll see you in a few minutes on 6 there. Ed, over to you. WA6AXX, you getting moved back in there? K6MYC.
Yes, I am moving back in slowly, and I'm figuring how I want to do the shackle differently. So moving out was quick, and moving back in is slow. So that's the deal. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I know how it is, but you're also probably making some minor changes or major changes in location and hookups and stuff like that, so it takes a while. All right. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't gotten anybody locally here that's checked in. That's odd. Nobody in the San Joaquin Valley has checked in, to my knowledge. I think K6USY doesn't have 220. Sometimes he checks in through K6MI's station, but I'm not hearing Ken, WA6OIB, or any of the other guys that do have 220 here. So who knows? It's a slow night, I guess. Let's take another standby and see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area before I go up to Oakley. Bay Area, 222, or anybody that's copying me anywhere. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net 222. Very quiet. All right, I'm going to go to Oakley then. Here we go. Okay, here we are up to Oakley, and hopefully you're recovered from your strenuous but successful weekend, Ken. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC. Are you there, Ken?
Oh, yeah, that's 6MYC, N6RO. Doing okay. Still haven't caught up on sleep, but I'm on an energy line. Everybody said everything into the contest. Anyway, I got to run and start the kitchen concert recording, and I'll be on 6 later on, talk about rotators and other things.
Do you get control of the rotators after 9 o'clock? Is that tonight?
Am I there?
Oops, I'm sorry. Thought you were done there. Just at the end, I asked you if you got control of your rotator direction after 9 o'clock tonight. Is that it? Ken, N6RO, K6MYC. You mentioned rotators. Do you not have control of the rotators tonight on 6 until after 9 o'clock? Over. Well, what's going on here now? N6RO, okay, 6MYC. Yeah, you just, did you lose me, Ken? I think you're not hearing me. 6RO, K6MYC. Any copy? Something K6SO. Man, maybe it's N6. I don't know what happened there. N6 Radio Oscar. K6. No, what is this called? N6RO, right? N6 Radio Oscar. Try it again, Ken. Well, I've lost Ken. Is there anybody on frequency that's copying me? K6MYC, Bozo Net. I'm making power. Can't figure out why nobody's hearing us here. Okay. Ken may have had a problem there. Maybe it's his problem. I don't know. Let me go to Sacramento. Okay, I'm going up your way, Darren. KJ6KFB or KO6KD, K6MYC. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, Mike, I can barely hear you. I think I heard you calling me, Mike. I think I heard you calling me. KO6KD776. I think I heard you calling, but I can barely hear you. Over.
Okay, well, I'm hearing you fine. Not real loud, but is that better now? I moved the antenna a little bit on you, Bill. Is that better?
Well, I have the north wind here is giving me an S8 of noise. S8 of noise here on 222 is very, very, very bad noise. I'm not sure if I'll even be able to hear you on 6 meters tonight. I'm basically put off the air because of power line noise. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's booming up now. This should be better for you. Is that better? Copy now?
Oh, yes, much better. 5 dB over 9, big signal now, hearing you quite well.
Yeah, must be the band. This must be a monstrous QSB. That's 776 for Bill. Okay, I did call for Darren. Did Darren call in or not yet?
Have not heard from Darren at all today. Have not heard from him at all. I don't have any word on Darren at all. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll keep looking. I'm not pointed quite at him, but he should hear me at least enough to make a return. And I'll go to Nevada. And then I'll come back in your direction and call one more time for Darren there. KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Good evening, Darren. Let me get the antenna back toward you. That should be closer. Darren. KJ6 KFB. How copy now? K6MYC. Over. Looks like we have a monster QSB. Huge QSB, so I know you're having trouble with me there. I'm making 700 or 800, so I'm doing the best I can in your direction, but the band is full of QSB. As you write down KJ6, KFB, and 756, Darren. Okay. Got Darren. Got you all okay, Darren? I wish I was copying better. 73s. Maybe we'll see you better on 6 meters. Look for you on 6 meters. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, 73. And back over to you, Bill. Is the band up or down for you, Bill? KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, just average right now. You're right here at the base of my noise. I'm sorry, but it's just very, very, very bad noise here tonight. So, okay, I'll let you go, and I'll also try to look for you on 6 meters here in about a half an hour, Roger.
Roger, Roger. We'll be on 6. We've got everything repaired. We're repaired on 6. We are repaired on 6, but we do not have the tower cranked up, but we are hooked back up. But the antenna is about 40 feet above the top of the hill, so it shouldn't make any difference between 100 feet and 40 feet on top of a hill. It shouldn't make any difference. Hi. We'll see you on 6, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC, 73.
Roger, 73, Paul. I heard you out here as well, KO6KD.
Okay, anybody else on 222 before we go to Nevada? Okay, I'm going to Nevada. We're still looking for check-ins in the San Joaquin Valley. Where is everybody? Okay. I'm looking toward Nevada for N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, or KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform Quebec London, KE7UQL, K6MYC, calling and listening.
November 7 Whiskey Tango, number 657, over.
Yeah, very loud. Sound like you're in the shack with me. Larry, you're the best signal of anybody on the band tonight, over.
You just went right into the noise. I hope you turned it over to me.
No, I didn't change anything here. You're still full copy. I'm not sure I don't have some kind of an intermittent. You guys are all reporting I just disappear, and I still got power output. I don't see any variation in the VSWR, so I'm not sure what's going on. You're very loud, N7WT, K6MYC. Okay, let's try you, Daniel. Let's see if we can get you in here. KE7UQL. Let me put N7WT. N7WT. And that's 657. Larry. KE7EUQL. KE7 Uniform Quebec London. KE7UQL, K6MYC, calling and listening. You there, Daniel? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Everything looks normal, but everybody's reporting that my audio keeps going away. So I'm not sure what's going on. But we copy you. Thank you for the check-in, Daniel. KE7UQL 272. And you're good copy on the last one. I moved the antenna a little bit more. The band, I've got you shifted to 11 degrees. Normally you peak at 7. You normally peak around 7 degrees. I'm at 11 degrees tonight, but no worries. Larry's got the same problem. He sees me going up and down, and I copy him 100%. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. Okay, 73, and I guess we won't see you until tomorrow. We'll look for you tomorrow. Daniel, on 1296. I do have 6 meters repaired, but I don't think we'll see you on 6. 73, thanks very much for checking in. And let's see if it came back up for you, Larry. N7WT, K6MYC, over. 7WT and 7 Whiskey Tango. K6MYC. Any copy, Larry? Larry, it's okay, I got it. 7-3, see you in about 10 minutes. We'll see you about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes on 6 meters. We'll see you in 10 minutes on 6 meters. 73s, K6MYC. 7-3, we'll see you on 6, Larry, in just about 10 minutes. Over. Okay, back to N6RO. Is there any copy now for you there? N6RO, Ken, K6MYC. Okay, back into the Bay Area for late checks and missed. Bay Area, late checks and missed, K6MYC. Okay, hearing nobody. Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Okay, good evening, Mike. I'm not pointed at you, though. I'm pointed toward Nevada. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, was it? K6MYC, over.
Roger. You're like S7. Good evening, Mike.
W6BBS 72.
Okay. I hear you. Let me get KB. No, wrong list. This is 6 meters now. I'm not ignoring you, Mike. We're just getting the right log sheet in front of us here. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775, Mike. And good evening to you, Frank. W6BBS. W6BBS. I think antennas are sort of working, although I'm pointed north, and I'm hearing in the Bay Area. That's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, that is odd, but, no telling with everything goes on down there.
Oh, wait a minute. I take it back. I was looking for the beacon, so I am pointed toward the Bay Area. Mike, I'm going to let you go. 73s, I'm going to point up toward Nevada where I should be here. KB6WFC, thanks for checking in, Mike. K6MYC.
Roger, Mike. Good evening. Hope you catch him up there in Nevada. KB6WFC, please.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Now I'll go to Nevada. Frank, take a transmission.
All right, this is W6BBS. I'm putting out about 900 watts or so. I'll turn it up to more if I need it. By the way, I am pointed north. Did I give you what you need there, Mike? K6MYC in the net, W6BBS.
Yeah, I don't know whether I got the noise blanker on or not, but you're distorted. But it's maybe the noise blanker here. And I got lots of noise, of course. No worries. Yeah, good and loud, though, Frank. No worries. Let's see. I am pointed north now. Let's see if Larry's copy on N7WT. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Larry? Keep calling. I can hear you, but I haven't got a call sign yet. K6MYC. Go ahead.
K6MYC. Whiskey Tango. 7 Whiskey Tango. 7
Yeah, okay. Very light, Larry, but we've got you. N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT 657. Good evening, Larry, and I didn't have the beam in the right direction when I started here. And the Bay Area came back to me, and I thought, that's weird. I thought I had the antenna due north. And I had gone over to the Bay Area because I was trying to hear the beacon. Anyway, it seems like you're okay, but down a little bit from normal, but that may be because I don't have the antenna all the way up. But I've also got a little noise in here. Back to you and see how you're copying me. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Okay, well, you'd be Q5 except for the noise. Let me see if I can get the blanker on here. Hang on. The blanker isn't doing very much to that broadband noise. Anyway, good to hear you. Let's see if Richard is in here. KD6BQ, KD6 Bravo, Quebec, KD6BQ, K6MYC. How about you, Richard?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6NYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Okay, we got you, Richard. Good. The KD6BQ. I'll get it here. Just don't worry about it. Good evening, and you're a lot stronger than Larry is at the moment, so we got good copy on you. And thanks for the test here. The antenna's down. I got it all repaired, but we have a short piece of feed line on it, but it's cranked it down at the moment, so the antenna's only about 40 feet high on the top of the hill. Should not make any difference, but it might be. KD6BQ, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Well, you're Q5 and about an F7, F8 here to me right now, so it might be propagation a bit too. I'm just happen to be in the hot spot right now. Good signal. Good to hear you on here on 6 meters. And I'm presuming you have help there in the chat. So say good evening to your help as well.
Yeah, the help would be Judy sitting in the background here. Say hi, Richard. Hi, Richard. There you go.
Hi, Judy. Good to hear your voice.
Say it again. I had the Bluetooth engaged. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, I said, hi, Judy. Good to hear your voice.
There you go. Yeah, the band is very noisy. I was trying to spare Judy's ears this evening. It's very noisy, so I'm listening in the Bluetooth, and she's sitting here in total silence, except for me yapping. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in on 6 here. I was going to take a little break half round, but my clock stopped in the middle of all this, and I guess I was closer to the 8:15 time than I thought I should be. I haven't quite finished dinner yet, but I can hold, and I'll wait till we're done with 6 meters here this evening. For now, at least, at 73, Richard, and we'll look for you on Wednesday. We'll look for you on Wednesday there. Thanks very much for being there tonight, as always. You can shoot it back to Larry. I'll turn it to you, and you can turn it back to Larry. I'm sure you two guys are hearing each other. KD6BQ with N7WT, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, we'll say 73 to you, and we'll pass it over to Larry. I was repiping your audio over to him via the 220 FM link that we have. And so he wasn't hearing you directly. He was able to hear it through the 220 link. Anyway, 73 to you and 73 to Judy, and over to you, Larry, and 7WT to take it KD6BQ and customize 09 in the back.
Okay, rough copy on that one. You dropped down into my power line noise, or in my solar noise, whatever it is there. What you looking for? Richard. Oh, his 249. He wasn't in on 222. He doesn't have that band. So good evening to you, Richard. Thanks much, and we'll see you Wednesday on 2 meters, and then, of course, on Thursday night as well. Take care. And over to you, Larry, N7WT for a final if you're copying, K6MYC.
Go ahead, Larry.
Very good. 7-3, guys. I'm going to Sacramento. Here we go.
KM6SRR.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Rob. Good evening. Take a transmission, Rob, and we'll get you written in. KM6 Sugar Radio. Bands don't seem to be in very good condition tonight, probably because of all the wind and the noise. Over.
Yeah, I was hearing Richard really loud until you turned it back to him, and then I could barely hear him. I couldn't get up quick enough to hear Larry, and then when you were talking to him here in the end, I barely heard somebody down there. Anyway, Ken gave me a call. He's doing better, and he's got to rake some needles for the pickup tomorrow, the trash pickup. So he said, check them in. So I said, okay, I'll give you a possible check-in.
Okay, hang on now. What do you need?
Is that Scott?
No, that's Rob. That's 432 KM6SRR. What do you say about Ken? Ken's doing better. I didn't know he had a problem. Over.
I thought Marcus was saying last night, yeah, he had his nose bled and it wouldn't really stop, so he had to go in and they did some work on it there and they got him better, fixed up today, so he's feeling a little better now. Over.
You're talking about Ken Holden.
Roger, WA6OIB 226.
What did he do? Hit his nose or just a nosebleed just start?
Had just started, so they're trying to figure it all out.
Okay, not a good sign. Probably a leftover of the COVID shot. He's had all kinds of little strange ramifications from that thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a stretch, but he's, you know, it could happen too. They're going to look into it.
I didn't get the last comment. Too fast.
I said they're going to look into it, so I don't know whether it really is a COVID or not. It's kind of a stretch. Over.
Well, not necessarily. Not knowing all its effects or not. I'm not going to make the connection. I'm just going to say it's a lot of strange things happening there, and it's very much connected with myocarditis and other heart issues, heart and blood issues. So it's possible that it's manifesting itself that way. And also, of course, he had that treatment that he had to take when he was on the boat, which didn't help him any. And Paxlovid, they made him take that Paxlovid, and it didn't have any good side effects either. Anyway, let's hope he's better, and that's good. He's in. What is he in the hospital, or did they go in and pack his nose with gauze? Is that what they did?
They ended up having to put a tube up there and then air it up, and they removed it today, and he's home now raking pine needles. Over.
I'm sorry, something about pine needles I'm not understanding.
Ken is at home raking pine needles. You know, with a rake, sweeping them up. Over.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something related to his nose. I heard the pine needle thing, but I didn't understand how that related to what he was suffering from. Okay, he's home and raking pine needles after they took the tube out of his nose. Okay, sounds good. Normally they just cauterize it. They just cauterize those things if it's not so far up that they can't reach it. I've been cauterized many times, and the last time they did it, I had a real pro do it, and I've never had another nosebleed since. He did a hell of a job with no side effects that I can tell. A lot of times you end up with scar tissue up there and other problems, but I used to have nosebleeds all the time as a kid, and had very, very thin tissue up in that area. But no nosebleeds for a long, 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 long time now. Good deal. Okay. Well, let's see. We should have some other folks. I'm pointed toward the north, but we still should have some people in the Fresno area. How about you, Ben? WB6GBS. Are you here? No GBS. Okay. How about anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley? Over.
I'm gonna go down and finish dinner, Mike. KM6SR.
Okay.
It says 79.
Okay, I got 79, but you were doubled with Rob, so I didn't get it. Who's 79?
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Oh, there you are. Okay, hi, Aaron. K6 Uniform Sugar Yankee 1079, and his lovely partner Brittany. ZKA. USY is Aaron. Yeah, USY.
Why?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yes, I know you did. We're kibitzing here. Judy's playing catch up. She just got done fixing dinner. Matt's kind of hamstrung with his arm in a sling, so he's.
Don't tell him that Judy doesn't know how to cook.
I didn't say that. I just said you were busy cooking, and now you're doing double duty here tonight. Got you in here Judy could cook when she's pressed. Anyway, I've got a half a hamburger eaten, but the other half is waiting for me, and it's delicious. But I'm gonna hold off eating it until we're done with the net here. His wife's name, call sign's K6ZKA. That's Brittany, 1100.
Got it.
Okay, so we got you, Aaron, and
1079.
oh, Aaron is 1079, 1079, Aaron.
Gotcha, Aaron.
Okay, there you go.
Hi, Judy, and don't worry, I can't cook either for the most part. I know how to use the barbecue and the microwave.
Yeah, there you go. Amen. Matt did the hamburgers. He can cook hamburgers one-handed, but making the rest of the dinner was more of a chore than he's up to. And we had lots of leftovers, but Judy elected to do hamburgers tonight, which didn't break my heart. I'm kind of burned out on leftovers, but we'll eat whatever they put in front of me. I'm pretty much not too particular. Anyway, let's see, who else do we have in the San Joaquin Valley here? Anybody else for the moment? K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard. Let's check Ken in, WA6OIB with the bleeding nose. WA6OIB 226. Okay, I'm going to go towards Sacramento here. I'm already towards Sacramento. So let's see, KR6MR. We should have you in here, John, K6MYC.
Good evening, Mike. KR6MR. Bozo 759. Good sound.
Yeah, and conditions are crappy. I don't know if it's the antenna, the fact that it's cranked down or not. The antenna's at 40 feet above the ground on top of a hill. And I still got clear looks in every direction, so I can't imagine that that's causing signals to be down a little bit from normal, but who knows? We've got a good a piece of hardline in there jumpering between the inch and 5/8 and the antenna, so don't think that's the problem. It's the same piece of hardline that was in there that acted up last week, but we fixed it. It wasn't anything but a connector not quite making contact. So much for that. Wish we were hearing better, John. Let me wiggle the antenna if you'll take a longer transmission while we're getting set up for Sacramento and yourself there. And I'll see if I can peek you. KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. A whole bunch to report here other than I had never got warm here. Quite cold today, over.
KO6MR.
Yeah, KR6MR. John, you were so quick. I barely got the antenna off to one side, and where you started to go down and not be readable, I started to turn around, and you turned it back to me again. So you didn't give me time to even sweep once across you. Over.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll read the Constitution. I ordered stuff for my 122. I'm not going to say what I ordered. I'll see when it gets here and see what happens. Hopefully, it will put me on the map for a regular type communications with you. That's long enough of a chat, over. Over, Mike.
Yeah, I heard him turn it over, but I didn't hear what he said. Could you repeat it, Frank?
Honestly, I couldn't. I wasn't paying attention. Hey, John, repeat it again, and I'll relay for you. This is W6BBS. Go ahead. KR6MR, W6BBS. You copy me, John?
In the back. I'm not sure who it is. Come back again, over.
I've lost him completely.
He came back to you, but boy, it's just weak. I think it's just conditions. I don't think there's anything wrong with either one of us here. Now, I'll say 73s. John, you're having trouble with me. I'm having trouble with you. So we'll let it go, and we'll look for you tomorrow, hopefully on 1296. Cross fingers cross fingers for good conditions on 1296.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Anyway, well, at least I know that the conditions are good at my end anyway. I'll try to see you tomorrow night, KR6MR.
Yeah, now that was way up. So it's just QSB on the band. You were up to normal on that one. There's just a lot of QSB, and that may be more related to the height of the antenna than anything else, but the band has been that way on 222 as well. Very massive QSB on 222. So I think it's just the conditions with the high winds here blowing the tropo, that is blowing the tropo apart, and I'm sure that's what's causing most of this, John. Thank you, John, and we'll take a listen for Bill and whoever else may be in the Sacramento area. QRZ Sacramento, Bozo Net, 6 meters, K6MYC.
WA6HNA.
Okay, I did not get it. Say it again.
Whiskey Alpha 6 Hotel, November Alpha, Bozo 1013 with a message from Phil.
Yeah, okay. WA6HNA. Good evening, Greg. WA6HNA. Let's see, what was the number? Some 10 something.
Yeah, it's Bozo 1013, Mike. Over.
Yeah, 1013. You got it. And what's the message from Bill? Over. Phil.
Yeah, he actually called me to make sure I told you while he was on the way to the hospital. Apparently, he wrapped up Father's Day with kidney stones and had an awful night's sleep, and I guess they're going to work on the kidney stones either tonight or tomorrow. So anyway, so he's not here tonight, and I don't think he called you probably in the morning this morning, so he wanted me to let you know that he's okay, but he's got to go get these kidney stones squared away. So that was it. Back to you.
Okay, well, we'll check him in anyway.
Is that Greg or
No, that was Greg. That was Greg. He's Dick Collier's friend.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one, you want his number? No, you got it. Now, the other one would be WB6GGY, Golf Yankee, who is resting with the kidney stone. What a bummer. Everybody's got problems here.
With a kidney stone.
I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't rest with a kidney stone. That's Phil, Papa Hotel, India Lima. And his number is 88. What?
Who's got GGY?
That's Phil. WB6GGY is Phil.
Okay.
884. 884, I think, right, Greg?
Yep, that's exactly correct. You got it.
Okay. Very good. We're got my mind in 16 different. He didn't check in on that one. He didn't check in here. He did not check in here.
Okay.
He does not have. Neither one of these guys have 222. So, okay. And so you're doing pretty well here on 6, not bad. And, of course, we won't look for you on 1296 tomorrow, but we'll look for you on Wednesday on 2 meters. Hopefully Phil will be back in the shack. What I was going to tell you was that I did not connect with Phil on 40 this morning. I overslept. I woke up at 6:15, and I said, well, I'm not going to get up at 6:15 for an 8 o'clock schedule. So I just closed my eyes and said, I'll just rest for a few more minutes. And next thing I know, it was 8:30. So I just blew it off. I had to take a shower and stuff, but by the time I got out of the shower, it was almost 9 o'clock. So I did not talk to Bill or Phil this morning, Greg, over.
Okay, Mike. Well, you overslept. I think Phil underslept. From my understanding, I guess this thing started giving him fits like right about bedtime last night, and he had a pretty restless night. So anyway, hopefully he's resting better tonight. I'm sure that the doctors have the appropriate medication to help him sleep tonight going. So anyway, we'll give you a full report when we know more. And for now, let's just hope he's doing okay and they can break that thing up and get it out of him.
K6MYC, WA6HNA.
Okay, thanks, Greg. Thanks for the update. And if you talk to Phil, give him our best wishes. Hopefully it comes out smoothly and quickly and painlessly. 73. Thanks for the update, Greg. WA6HNA with WB6A GGY in the sidecar, suffering with a kidney stone. K6MYC clear and looking for anybody else in the Sacramento area. Oh, come on, Bill.
Mike, Bill's trying to check in on KR6MR. I can hear you, Bill, but you're pretty weak. But again, you're on the clock. I'm hanging up on this. I mean, brand new freaking radio. I can't even talk across Meadow Vista. All right, something's wrong here. I don't see any SWR issues. I'm driving the piss out of this thing here, and it's just clear, Bill. All right, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Later, guys.
Anybody else for check-ins on 6 meters? I hear a conversation in here, but it's probably not bothering anybody in the San Joaquin Valley. 6-meter Bozo Net, please. Check-ins?
803.
803. Hi, Dan. KM6HK up in Course Gold. K6MYC. 803 is his number. That's Dan.
Call.
KM6HK. M as in Mary, King Mike 6, Hotel Kilo. And how are you doing up there? It was a nice day. Was it windy in Course Gold today?
Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, it was blowing like hell. It's just calmed out now, but boy, it's pretty windy.
Yeah, we had the same thing here. Very windy day. Didn't cause us any grief. Judy and I were out for a ride. We worked in the front a little bit up at the driveway, but that wasn't an issue up there. It's pretty sheltered. But overall, the wind was blowing pretty hard here today. But we did get the 6-meter feed line fixed. Frank was up on the tower for a couple of hours today sorting out the issues, and we've got the tower cranked down, but the jumper piece of feed line in there to get us back on the air. It's kind of temporary. We're going to finalize it tomorrow, but it's working as far as I can tell tonight. Conditions notwithstanding, I don't think the conditions are very good. Anyway, thanks for calling and being there. Go ahead, K6MYC.
Okay, very good. Well, I don't have anything further. Yeah, the wind here is just a problem because of the red flag, the fire hazard. You know, if anything lights up, the wind feeds, it's bad. All right, we'll let you go. 7-3.
Okay, Dan, thanks much. KM6HK. I haven't heard Dane on tonight, but he may show up in here one way or the other. KM6HK, K6MYC. I'm going down to Oakley if I don't get any more check-ins from Sacramento. KR6 something. Go ahead.
Bill in KO6KD.
Are you hearing that station, Frank?
Yeah, that's KR6MR. KR6MR, can you hear W6BBS? Tell him to repeat it, Mike, and I'll turn the volume up a little bit. I wasn't hearing him good, but I was hearing him.
Yeah, KR6MR, you're down for me, but you can repeat it. Frank will listen hard. He thinks he can hear you. So repeat your last comment, John. KR6MR with W6 Bravo Bravo Sierra listening. K6MYC. Over, John.
Roger, Roger, I got that. Check in KO6KD 776, Mike.
Okay, got it. And what happened to Bill? Why are we checking Bill in? Why isn't he checking himself in? I worked him on 220.
I don't know. Did you hear that, John? Why? Mike wants to know why Bill isn't here. Yeah, I don't hear him anymore, Mike. I'm barely hearing him to get that much information.
Yeah, well, I would hear him if it wasn't for this solar noise. I've just got terrible solar noise here tonight. It's not as bad as you've seen, but it's so bad it's probably taking out 10 to 20 dB of signal-to-noise ratio on what I'm hearing. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, my noise is a lot higher than usual, too. There's something else besides just our local stuff going on, I think.
Yeah, it could be. Okay, thank you, John, if you're copy, and thanks for the check-in from Bill there.
Roger, 73, KR6MR.
So now you're back up again, and what's is Bill not feeling well, or is he not hearing me, John, over?
He hears you, but you don't hear him. He's got a new radio, and I guess the band conditions are killing us tonight.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have an amplifier, I guess. So that's part of it. He's probably running 100 watts instead of 200. But that wouldn't make a lot of difference. I didn't even hear a trace of him. I'm running full 1500 here, so the band conditions are pretty dismal tonight, John. Thanks for the relay. Thanks for the relay. KR6MR, K6MYC going down to Oakley. I don't know if you're going to be there. You're busy recording guitar pickers, but we'll see. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC. For Ken, are you there? N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard from Kim. Let me go into the Bay Area. Okay, right down the middle of the Bay Area. This should be as good as it's going to get. QRZ Bay Area, 6-meter Bozo Net. Please, anybody that's hearing me, please check in quickly. K6MYC.
November 5, November Papa Delta 1129.
Yeah, November 5, November Papa Delta 1129, K6MYC. Good evening, Brett.
Good evening, Mike and Judy. Yep, hanging out here. Glad to be back down in the valley. Sound good right now.
Yeah, you're sounding good too, quite strong from up that way, so no problem copying you. The band seems to be very unstable, but you and I are on the same side of the hills. There's nothing but air between us. No dirt, so to speak, so that makes it much better. Anyway, good copy. And where were you for the weekend, over?
I was up in Plymouth County last week up at my mother's place, helping her out, and so yeah, I couldn't get out on anything RF. It just wasn't working there. It's in a big giant bowl, so I was using the clear node for everything. But yeah, glad to be back and being on a regular radio. Over.
Yeah. Where did you say you were again? You said it so quick I didn't get the name.
The city is Portola. It's up in Plymouth County, about an hour north of Truckee.
Oh, yeah. Portola. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I didn't, there aren't too many people that check in from that area, probably because it isn't a very good radio location, that's for sure. Anyway, good to hear you. And, of course, we'll look for you on Wednesday on 2 meters with your normal signal, and then again on Thursday. You've got 3 bands working for you here now. Good to hear you tonight. Thanks for checking in, Brett.
What's his calling?
N5, November, I'm sorry. Yeah, November 5, November Papa Delta, Newman Police Department. Yeah.
November 5.
NPD, Newman Police Department. NPD. And that's 1129, right?
1129, you got it.
Alrighty. Now, Judy's got you now. Okay, very good. Thanks again, Brett. Good to hear you. Hopefully we get some more check-ins from the Bay Area here. N5NPD, K6MYC, clear and listening for Bay Area check-ins or anybody that's hearing me, over.
W6PQL.
Okay, I got two of you, but I heard W6 Papa Queen London. Go ahead, Jim. It's pretty weak, but we got good copy. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you good copy over here, Mike. I won't hold you. There's others waiting. Go ahead.
Well, you didn't give me long enough to find a peek on you, and I didn't get what you said. Say it again. Okay, well, we got the call signs at the end, but nothing else. Copy is very, very poor. I hope that this condition is, well, we're going to have it fixed next week, but I can't believe that this is because the antenna is cranked down. I'm at a 1,000-foot drop-off in your direction, and I can't imagine that 30 or 40 feet of added height would make any difference. I've got an absolute clear shot in your direction, so I have no idea why we're not hearing you better. But anyway, we won't keep it. Thanks for checking in, Jim. And we'll take a standby and see if we can hear anything from WB6JNN. How about you, Jim? Any copy at all, over?
Copy 100% over here. No problem on this one. Carry on. I'm going to shut down for the night. W6PQL closes down.
Is way down. It's also, everything went way down. I think I'm okay here. The amplifier is still working. Everything looks relatively normal here. But we're just having a terrible time copying people tonight, so it must be a combination of the antenna down and also bad conditions. I did not hear Jim. Can anybody confirm that WB6JNN is there or not? Over.
I did not hear him, but when you asked for him, W6PQL checked in.
Yeah, I heard him come back. I heard PQL come back. I did not hear Jim. But PQL is so far down, I don't even recognize his voice. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area? How about you, Ed?
Yeah, WA6AXX. You're really weak here now.
Who was that?
WA6AXX.
I don't believe it. This must be the antenna, Frank, because I normally hear him like it's on a brick. WA6AXX. Make a longer transmission. Let's see if I can find you, Ed. Over.
Yeah, W6BBS, Frank, WA6AXX. We'll give you a little transmission here, and Mikey, you went way down, so I think the antenna is probably pointed somewhere else. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I think I have toe fungus. And I think it's from the COVID vaccine. I can't imagine any other reason I got it, but toe fungus probably caused by the COVID vaccine. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
It's about Q3, Frank. Did you get any of that?
Oh, yeah, he's S9 here. He's S9, beautiful copy here, Mike. He said, and I'll just shorten it up a little bit, that he thinks he's got toe fungus, a actual toe fungus that was caused by the COVID-19 vaccine. That was what he was talking about, Mike. Over.
I'll be darned. Yeah, a lot of people have had, there seemed to be a huge surge in toe fungus over the last 2 or 3 years, and it may be related. I had heard nobody having that connection, but it may well be possible. Sorry to hear that, Ed. Not a good thing, but it is curable, obviously. I think there's quite a few medications that are advertised these days that seem to take care of toe fungus pretty well. I've never had it. My feet run real dry. When I take my socks off at night, I don't even have any sweat in my sockets. They just slide right off my feet. My feet are very dry normally. so I don't seem to get athlete's foot or any kind of fungus on my feet. But if you sweat a lot, then you're prone for that, I think. Sorry to hear that, Ed. Hopefully it won't be an issue. What?
Number?
773. Okay. Back to you, Ed, and Frank can relay if I don't get it. WA6AXX, K6MYC in a group.
Oh, that's it here. Nothing else. And I should have said /S. /S is what I should have added at the end there. W6BBS, W6A.
Did you get that, Mike?
No.
Okay, yeah. He just, that was all he had to say, except for he should have put /S, /Sierra S at the end.
Well, Judy and I heard it, but we didn't understand. What do you mean, why Sierra X at the end? Over.
Why the /S there, Ed? Snark. In other words, snide comment there, Mikey.
From you or from Ed?
From what he was talking about there, I believe, with the COVID-19 and the vaccine and all that.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't think it's something to be making fun about. Is he making fun of, or is he just kidding us about the toe fungus? Over.
He is being humorous, Mikey, and yeah. So don't worry about it. It's nothing serious.
Well, does he have toe fungus, or doesn't he?
He does.
Okay, all right. He's making the best of it. It sounds like. Sorry, I'm not doing better on the copy. It's just you're very, very, very far down here. It may be the antenna height. Maybe I've got the wrong height here, and we're not knife edging over something. Although you and I usually have a very clear path. I don't think we have anything in the way to knife edge over. But who knows? There must be something going on here, because I'm having a terrible time with the Bay Area. Thank you much, and we'll see if there's anybody else. Frank, why don't you take a standby for anybody else in the Bay Area, and then we'll try to get Tom, KW6S in Santa Cruz.
Roger. Okay, good night to you, Ed. Is there anybody else that can hear me in the Bay Area that would like to check into the Bozo Net? This is Whiskey 6, Bravo Sierra with K6MYC and the rest of the Bozo Net. Any more check-ins that can hear me? Over. Nothing heard.
Going towards Santa Cruz, 270. Okay.
75.
Yeah, that's right on the Santa Cruz heading.
Number.
Who's?
Jim. WB6JNN.
We didn't hear him. We did not hear him. That's 285, but I did not hear him. 285 for Jim Eagleson.
And we didn't also hear W6PQL?
Yeah, we did. We did hear W6PQL, yeah.
And who is that?
That's Jim. Jim, the guy that makes these amps here.
And what's his number?
1296. Okay. I'm pointed towards Santa Cruz and looking for KW6 Sugar or Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. Anybody on and copying me there? Over.
K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, you're normal. Normal signal from you. Good evening again, Tom. We got you on 222 with good signals. Now we got you on 6 with good signals. KW6S. That's 610, Tom. Okay. And while you're there, you might take a standby and see if we've got Lee on frequency. We've been missing Lee for the last 3 or 4 days here, or 3 or 4 check-ins there. KW6 Sugar, Santa Cruz, AF6 United in near Watsonville, K6MYC.
K6MYC, AF6 United. I am here tonight.
He's here tonight. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. And, God, give me a number, Lee.
I am the Countdown Bozo, 1098, 10908. Countdown Bozo, 1098.
We got it. Sorry about that. We're having so much trouble copying tonight. I don't have my brains. I'm spending so much time trying to read people that I'm forgetting things that I shouldn't forget here. Thanks for that. Good to hear you. We've been missing you on the other bands. Maybe we'll catch you on Wednesday on 2 meters, and maybe again on Thursday. We're looking forward to your check-in on Thursday. Hopefully we'll have much better conditions than we have tonight. But I am hearing you guys from Watsonville, although Ed up on the hill, maybe Ed had something that he wasn't connected right because he was so far down, but Frank was hearing him fine. So that's kind of an odd thing that Frank would hear him 12 miles north of me, and I couldn't hear him hardly at all. Anyway, good to hear you. I'll shoot it back to you, Lee, and give us an update on anything new. Hopefully you had a good weekend and a good Father's Day, and then you can turn it over to Tom. AF6 United in Watsonville or near Watsonville, K6MYC with KW6S. Over.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, thank you very much. Hope you had a good, it sounded like you had a lot of people over there over the weekend. I caught up on one of the streaming archives the other day, and yeah, it sounded like you had quite the gathering over there at your house. So yeah, I had a very quiet time myself, and things were, phone calls, but no visitors or anything like that, so everything was just fine here. And yeah, I hopefully will be back on Wednesday night, and then again on Thursday night. I'm going to give it my best shot on Thursday for 4:32. So with that, I'll turn it over to Tom. KW6S, AF6 United.
Very good, Lee. Yeah. Not much going on here. Just kind of the way I laid it out. Daughters and birthdays all week, so we'll be getting on when we can. Catch you tomorrow night, possibly. Not sure. Wednesday night should be okay. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yes, and I should tell you, Lee, KW6S, Tom, and AF6 United, Lee, you're going to be having to hold up your end of the bargain on 432 because Tom's not going to be there. So you're going to be the only one from that area, so you've got to be sure you're there. Hi. Take care, Lee, and thank you, Tom, for helping out and checking in here. You got a booming signal. You're just roaring in here strong and absolutely completely quieting the background noise. So why we have such poor signals from the other side of the mountain there in Los Gatos is beyond me. Anyway, good evening to you, and we're going to take a listen. I haven't had a single check-in other than Rob from the whole San Joaquin. Well, I shouldn't say that. We did get KM6HK also in Course Gold. So we've got a couple of Course Gold check-ins, but nothing as an official check-in from the San Joaquin, Fresno, Clovis area. And I guess we should go down and see if we can get KB6RQU. Let me ask you, Rob. Don't run upstairs, Rob. But if you're there, we'll spin down and see if we can get KB6RQU. I'll turn down that way now.
Roger, Mike. I'm headed that way.
Roger. Here we go.
KB6RQU, you on tonight, Rick, for the 6-meter Bozo Net? KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by. KB6RQU, Rick, you on tonight? Over. I'm not hearing anything, Mike.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything either. KB6RQU, or anybody down south, we're missing a lot of people. KC5DTU, WB6GBS, N6, what the hell's Mike's call? N6BYH. And of course, we won't have Ken in here, but we've got him logged in, and many others in the area. How about AA6S or WA6AAJ? They've been very quiet for the last few days. I know they don't have 222, but they know they have 6. So I don't know what's going on there. Very light check-ins tonight. KB6RQU, Rick, K6MYC. Last call. Nothing heard. Okay. I guess, regrettably, we're done, Rob.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Pretty light. What's your count?
Under 20. What is it?
18.
18, counting me. You didn't put me in there yet, did you?
19.
19, counting me. Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, I just got 18, so I don't know why we're off.
Well, we can go down the list if you like. Probably not that important. We're only off by 1 now.
Yeah, just 1, I guess. So whatever you want to do, I'm fine.
Okay, Judy's going to read them off to you. Numbers only, just numbers, 5 numbers, and then stop.
775, 72, 657, 249, 432.
Got that?
Roger, I think the 775 is the one I didn't have.
There you go. Yeah, he was first to check in because I thought I was pointed north and I wasn't, and he checked in and surprised me from the Bay Area. I thought there was something wrong there. That's Mike, 775. KB6RQ. No, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Yeah. Anyway, now you're up to speed. That's it. So pretty weak night on 6, but the band wasn't helping us any, but certainly there wasn't much participation either, over.
Roger on that. Well, you guys have a good evening there. Hi to Judy there, K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
All right, have a good one. Good night.
And Aaron, if you're still listening there, I know you're busy with the kids and stuff at this time of night. 73's K6USY in the group, K6MYC. Thanks, Frank.
Good night, Mike, and everybody else. W6BBS.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning, Frank.
Roger.
By the way, we checked out the watering system at the road. Everything was holding. We didn't have any leaks, but we also didn't have much water flow into the little bottles because those goddamn valves that we put in there are now, most of them weren't even dripping. So we had to adjust at least half of them. Some were dripping normal, some were not putting out any water at all. So
and
Judy...
we're just exhausted. We're just exhausted climbing that hill.
Yes, we are. Don't tell him about it. He was up and down the ladder 15 times. Anyway, go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, I got the same thing up here, Mike. You think you've got them adjusted, but overnight when they cool off and then the next day you get a hot day and they swell up, they just change. They're just not a very finely made part. They're cheaply made, and their expansion with the heating and the cooling and all that is just crazy. And you think you could find a sweet spot, but if you find a sweet spot, you come back 2 days later, it's either running too much or it's blows itself off. So I know what you're dealing with, over.
It's the same with me, Frank.
Hey, we have a check-in. Was that Dane?
Who is the check-in?
Go ahead, Dane. It's WB6JNP 107 there, Mike. If you got the antenna the wrong way, maybe you're not hearing him.
Yeah, I'll turn around. I can't hear him off the back of the beam, but I'm not doing anything pointed south, so let me come around toward Dane here. Hang on. That should be pretty close. And it actually is back toward Sacramento, so maybe we'll have propagation in that direction in a moment. I did never hear N6RO, so we'll give him another chance. And I think he said something about 9 o'clock. We must be pushing toward 9. What is it, quarter to 9?
It looks like 4 minutes. Oh, it stopped again.
It stopped again. I've got
no, it didn't.
Okay, what is it?
4 minutes after 9.
Oh, it's after 9, so maybe Ken will be there. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Okay, somebody in there, but way off frequency. Did I bump the knob here? Let me see. No, I didn't bump my knob, so you got to check your knob. Frequency adjust. Net me, please. That may be M6RO, but I'm not sure. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. You're off about a KC, over.
Yeah, I confirm and heard that. Don't forget you turned around to talk to Dane.
Yeah, but I wanted to get the person that was way off frequency. Did you hear him?
I heard him, and he was off frequency, but he never came back to you after you told him.
Well, some people take half an hour to get netted, over.
Roger.
This weekend, I could spend the whole day resetting everything.
Okay, yeah, your audio is very weak, and you're not quite filling in the words. Say it again, please, and give us your call, please. Somebody said they were resetting something. What the heck is that all about? Okay, while I'm waiting for the unknown checker enter, let's hear from Dane. WB6JNP. That should be better, Dane.
Oh, yeah, now I can actually hear you through the noise. Anyway, Mike, everything's normal in Coors Gold. We were getting quite a bit of wind earlier today, but it seems like it's died down this evening.
Yeah, it may have died down here, too. I haven't been outside since about 7, so it may have gotten a little calmer here as well. But it was whipping pretty good all day. It started out early in the morning. I was up, Judy and I sat on the patio and drank a quick cup of coffee at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and it was just blowing like a mother, even at 9. And most of the time we don't have much wind at 9 in the morning here, so I knew it was going to be a blustery day. Other than that, hopefully no fires as a result of it. Boy, it could have been a real disaster if we'd had fires all over.
Yeah, nothing I've heard of. Haven't looked at my purple air system recently to see what the air quality is, but it's pretty good. The other day, driving to Fresno, I noticed there was a nice inversion layer starting going down the San Joaquin, so you know how it goes.
Yeah, well, when you get a wind like this, and it was coming from, I think it was coming from the north. Yeah. I think it was coming from the north. In the morning it was, and then later in the afternoon it was coming from the west and southwest. But that pretty well cleans out the air in the valley here when we get winds like that. That pushes it all over to those folks in the Sierras, all those greenies, over.
Yeah, no kidding. Matter of fact, I just remembered, I brought up the weather center, and let's see. Can I find the wind speed? No. But it's, it looks like it's about 4 miles an hour. 4 miles an hour. So, not too bad. Anyway, yeah, the other,
stand by the caller, hang on.
I heard a rumor there was going to be a kite festival, and I'm an old kite flyer, so I went there, but weather was too bad. And then I got to thinking, where is a good spot to fly kites around here? And it turns out in the mountains, because of all the turbulence, it doesn't work out. So I keep thinking, well, if I want to dig out kites and go have a good time flying, I think my first thing will be to go down to the coast.
Well, you should be, well, maybe from a tree standpoint, it's probably not a good place to, but there's a pretty good wind here most of the days. Anyway, there was a breaker while you were talking, so let's see. Frank, why don't you see if you pull them in there. Go ahead, the check-in or the break-in station, please. Repeat your call and your Bozo number a couple of times if you have one. This is Mike, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, over. Oh, N6 Radio Oscar, okay. Yeah, you were, I guess, having some trouble. I'm pointed right at you, or no, I'm not either. Let me see. I'll come back at you now and give you a little more signal, Ken. That should be a little closer. Yeah, we called you a couple of times. Good to have you in here. You've made us get now up to past 20. We're way low on check-ins this evening. N6 Radio Oscar, I know you want to get back to your guitar picking K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, the band is very strange tonight. There's about 2 S units or 3 S units below normal on the 675 pointed at you. Anyway, pretty warm day as usual, and but not excessive. Actually got some things settled, consulting with my chief engineer about rotators and switches and all that kind of stuff for my UHF tower. Anyway, no details are needed, and 6 hours later.
Difficult copy, Ken. You've got your audio is full of artifacts, high-pitched artifacts, and it's making copy very difficult. Neither Judy or I could copy. How about you, Frank?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
I wasn't copying Ken because of the artifacts on his audio, over.
Oh, okay. I didn't point towards him. I was hearing him off the side of the beam, so I wouldn't be a good judge. I'd have to turn around towards him.
Okay.
I had a good copy on the mic, but I forgot what he said.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Maybe you can get Ken to repeat it one more time, and we'll see if we can dig it out here.
Ken, N6RO, KM6SR. Mike wanted you to repeat it, and I'll relay it to Mike. He's not hearing you. Over.
Yeah, I'm hearing you fine, Rob. I don't know what the problem is, but everything looks good right here, but I'm not listening on another radio to see what I sound like.
Okay, you're not listening to another radio on satellite?
I've got really bad power line noise in that direction.
Okay, roger. I just hear a little bit of distortion on your signal, so Mikey says there's a real bad power line noise in our direction here. So that's it, KM6SR.
Okay, well, we'll let it go, Ken. We got you checked in. Thanks much, and go rest up, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 1296, where we don't have these power line noise problems. N6 Radio Oscar for your final K6MYC in the group, over.
Yeah, okay, fine, Mike. Didn't have much to say. I just talking with my chief engineer about the new UHF tower. But we'll give you details on probably Wednesday night where we can hear each other. N6RO, good night.
Good night, sir.
Oh, Mike, WA6LOL, check me in.
Who was that?
That was Dave, WA6LOL. Ken said that he was talking to his chief engineer about the new tower, and he would talk more on Wednesday with particulars when you can hear each other. KM6SR.
Yeah, hi, Mike and Rob, WA6LOL, Sonora.
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah, I'm kind of late here. Better late than never.
Okay, WA6LOL, 856. Is 856?
Yes, sir, 856.
Okay, good evening. And yeah, you've been kind of quiet lately, but the moon is getting better, but getting back up to a better position, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's come around here, and right now I just came over here because it's sort of in between, but it's about 34 degrees up right now. 170 degrees, just coming up on south right now. But the declination is coming way down.
Yeah, well, as it comes through the south declination and then up the other side, it usually gets pretty good when it gets to about 0 degrees declination.
Yeah, it got bad the other day because, as soon as I got moon and then I cleared my local hills, I had some horrible noise right on the horizon, and I had to get about 15 more degrees to escape that. By that time, all the Europeans were gone.
Yeah, that's typical of that low declination. It sets early for them guys. All right, listen, we're all going to get out of here. I haven't had finished my dinner yet, and we were just about done, so you check in, but we're not going to give you a chance to pontificate here too much. What's WA6LOL? Lots of love. 7-3, and I'll shoot it over to Rob, who's copying. I think, and Frank is still in here. W6BBS is still here as well. Go ahead, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Okay, Mike, thanks. Yeah, Dave, we gotta get out a pointy stick for you and poke you a few times there for forgetting which weekend our meeting was. Over.
I know, I couldn't believe it. For some reason, I had the third Friday stuck in my mind, so I was watching that date on the calendar, and then I hear from you, and I thought it was weird. Right the day before, you said maybe you weren't around because you were packing up, getting ready to come down here for the meeting, and I thought, why would I do that? That's a week away. Well, now I know why you said that.
Yeah, it was a subtle hint that I didn't know I was giving you. Over.
Yep, well, I should have, because something didn't ring right, but I should have stopped and tried to figure it out. But anyway, next time. So I'm going to go down on the 1st, down to Tehachapi with John, and we're going to go up there and turn the beacon back on. So anyway, I'll get a chance to see all that stuff, see how it works. Because I make LA trips all the time, and I go right by there, so I'll be able to go up there and do stuff for the guys when they need something done. So that'll be a lot of fun. KM6SRR and a very hungry K6MYC chomping at the microphone cord by now, huh? And then Frank's down there. Hello, WA6LOL Sonora.
Yeah, Frank's got the beacons back on again. He's got a little air conditioner for his shed there, so I think the beacons are they on 24/7 now, Frank, or just in the daytime?
No, they're going to just be daytime, Mike. I don't have the power to run everything at night, especially during the summer. That could change later, but for right now, it's just going to be basically daylight to dark.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Mike. Frank, I know a place where there's a couple more solar panels. You need them back, over?
Has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the battery bank being big enough to run an air conditioner overnight.
Ah, okay. Yeah, now that makes sense. All right, well, I just giving you a bad time about it. Anyway, good to hear you there. Thanks.
7-3, Rob.
7-3, Frank, W6BBS, KM6SR. Okay, Dave, what else you got? Over?
Oh, that's it. Good night, you guys. Good to talk to you.
7-3 all. Good night.
Good night, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SR, 73.
Good night, all. WB6JNC, course.